There are still a lot of questions after an Akron police officer shot and injured a 15-year-old boy. Police say less than 10 minutes before that shooting. The teen was spotted pointing a gun at houses. Turned out that gun was fake. Bob Jones speaks with neighbors who were stunned by what happened.
Van Marshall was inside his Britton Road home in Akron when he was startled by the sound of a single gunshot outside of his window.
I heard a gunshot. I thought it sounded kind of close, so I got up and looked outside my window, and I seen like two officers over here.
Across the street, Karen Parks heard it too.
I was sitting on the couch and I heard a shot, and I jumped. It scared me to pieces.
Neighbors would learn that a 15-year-old boy was shot by an Akron police officer. Police say the teen was hit in the lower arm, his injuries not considered life-threatening.
When I came out, he was laying there. There were some people gathered around him, and then they basically took him and loaded him up into the ambulance, and he was yelling in pain.
Investigators say this all started after a woman called police to report a guy pointing a gun at houses around Tonawanda Avenue and Newton Street.
A 15-year-old kid shouldn't have a gun pointing at the houses.
Police say the officer, a 9-year veteran, spotted the suspect on Britton Road and fired one shot, hitting the 15-year-old. But it turned out the gun the teen had was fake. Here's a picture of it. The fake gun now turned over to BCI. Police have not said if it was pointed at the officer before the shot was fired. The people who live around here are wondering if the shooting will be justified.
Either way, it's sad. If a 15-year-old has had something happen where, this was a necessary action, that's sad. And if it wasn't a necessary action, that's also really sad.
In a statement, the Akron Citizens Police Oversight Board said in part, while we are relieved to know that his injuries are not life-threatening, a family from our community and neighborhood where this happened are dealing with the trauma of having this occur where they live and where our children play. An Akron police officer is also left dealing with the traumatic impact of having to use deadly force. The officer is now on paid leave while Ohio BCI conducts an investigation. Once that investigation is finished, the findings will be turned over to the Ohio Attorney General's office for review and then presented to a Summit County grand jury. In Akron, Bob Jones, News 5.
Akron Mayor Shamus Malik released a statement on the shooting, calling it a tragic situation, saying he's grateful the teen wasn't more seriously injured. Malik says body camera video of the shooting will be released in the next week. He's asking people to reserve judgment until more information is shared.